point them to Jesus.
ASMR podcast.
All right, we need to move
let's
on,
start.
fellers.
All right, how about you?
Okay,
Go.
I got it. Welcome to the Couch Time Podcast, where we give you tools to connect with your kids and point them to Jesus. I'm Steven.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Josh. And it is a new year. It's 2020
Woo!
officially.
New decade.
Not a new decade.
Not a new decade.
We talked about this for a while. If you look back, BCE and CE, it starts with a 1, doesn't start with a 0, so it is not a new decade yet.
Just
But
Google
Here
it.
goes,
All right.
seriously. The internet's
So
right.
we wanted to do a couple things in this episode. So one, we want to just kind of restate, like, why are we doing this podcast? We say it a little bit in the intro.
there's a
every week,
reason
but
that we're doing this?
yeah, we want to talk
Really?
about, like, why are we actually doing this thing? And we also just want to talk about some things we're excited about and maybe ways that you can participate. So, guys, why do you think we do this? Why do we do this podcast?
It's a great question.
Steven likes talking into a microphone.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
kidding.
love. Steven-
talking into this microphone.
In all seriousness, our desire, I think, and I'll speak for myself, I think is all of us, but we want to, our jobs, our ministries are to connect with the parents and support and help them as they raise their kids. And this is just one outlet where we can try to partner with them and easily give them resources and encouragement and help with a minimal amount of work for them. So it's just kind of like a lifeline that we're trying to throw stuff at you parents to help you and encourage you and equip you as you are parenting your kids.
Yeah.
So it's really us just trying to aid you.
I feel like parenting, I'm not a parent, but as parenting, as I think about it, can get very, I guess, like lonely and like your own like family, and you're seeing all your own problems in your own life and your own kids and how they're behaving. And we kind of get to see a lot of different families and a lot of different kids and hear like the struggles that a lot of people are going through.
Yeah.
So we want to take the different knowledge that we're getting from a wide spectrum of families and be able to help you as much as we can in your specific scenario with your kids, as you're spending far, far, far more time and influence with your child than we ever will. So any little information or help that we can provide, or sense of encouragement to help you continue fighting the good fight and not grow weary and doing good, we want to be able to provide on a simple outlet like a podcast where we can just talk and hopefully something can benefit you and your family as you raise your kids.
Yeah. Our goal is really to try to give you little things throughout each week that maybe will help you connect with your kid and point them to Jesus. Like, it's the things we talk about aren't specific directives. There's a lot of them are things that are on our heart, but they're coming from a slight, like you were saying, Stephen, a slightly different perspective, where it's like we're hearing these different things, we're talking with students, and we're also like talking with parents, and we're doing all these different things, and we just want to see, like, man, what can we maybe prompt you with this week? Because each week matters, so and if you messed up last week, this is a new week, so we just want to be an encouragement overall. So.
I'll add and ask parents who are listening to this, or if you hear other parents that you're talking to, that you're friends with, if we don't have a bridge relationally connected with the parents, then really all we're doing is trying to parent your kids, and that's ridiculous. Like, we can't. We see them once a week, maybe more than that. In some cases, it's like we're doing the best we can with the little bit that we know your kids, and we're trying to get to know them more and point them to Christ and lay that foundation, the cornerstone if it's already there, and then build on that. If it's not, we try to lay that foundation, which is Jesus Christ. But it's like they often are a different person at youth group or at school than they are when they're at home. And it's like all of these different environments where they're at, I think if they're all pointing at the same thing, which is Jesus Christ, and building on that foundation, it's like, I think that's where people start to see that God is real, that Christ is real. He really died. He really saved. There really is hope. There really is answers to problems. There really are promises that we can hold to when we experience brokenness. And it's really helpful when we hear from parents about how we can help, or where encouragement is needed, or where you don't have resources or tools, or want help thinking through biblically, I don't know, specific topics or whatever. So this is just an invitation to hear feedback from parents, I guess, as far as how can we help you? How can this podcast be helpful to you?
Yeah, so if you have suggestions about like, man, I'd love it if you guys talked more about this or whatever, email us at podcast@graceky.org. Like, that's a real email.
We have an email. I didn't know we had an email.
Did you just make that up?
I
or is
didn't.
That's
It's a thing.
real?
It's been a thing.
Hit
So-
that,
yes.
smash that subscribe button. Email us at podcast@graceky.org.
Do that. You can email us directly. You can text us. You can post, direct message us on social media, like whatever it is. Just let us know what would be helpful for you guys to hear from us about.
And I also want to say right there, the biggest thing that I hear when parents do come to me is often when they're in desperation and they're at their wits' end,
Right.
and they come apologizing the whole time saying, I know you're busy,
Right.
but I need to talk about it. It's like, just get that out of your mind now, as far as like, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Like, even if it's a
our
trivial,
job.
like, that's why we
Yeah.
are doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
So
We wanna help.
Don't hesitate to message us, to
Yep.
email, to reach out, to pull us aside, to even phone calling. People still do that, I think.
Yeah. And also just if you give a suggestion, we're not going to be like, so Ryan Petrie said, like, we're like, it's going to be like an anonymous
guy.
thing. Like, don't worry about that. I just pick on your dad, whatever. So if you want it to be anonymous, that's totally fine. Just let us know. What do you want us to talk
Yeah, I was
about?
gonna say we really don't get much feedback on this podcast. So without feedback, we're kind of just doing whatever we think is going to be helpful, and we pray about it, and we hope that what we're saying provides some benefit. But if we had people saying like, "Hey, it would be great if you guys shared this," or "I really liked when you talked about this," it'd just be really helpful for us to know how to serve and love you all better. As we try to help connect students to Jesus and the mission of the church.
So,
great.
so what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the one thing that we have consistently gotten feedback on as per the podcast, and that is, why are we not on a couch while we're doing the podcast? So this is an example of where we've gotten feedback, and now we're going to talk about it. This is
great.
what'll happen.
Yeah.
So why are we not on a couch?
We need to get a couch in here like pronto.
So
That's a
you
great
can
question.
Venmo me donations at. I'm just kidding.
We will get a couch.
Yes.
We will have a couch in
Name
here.
it and claim it,
That's
baby.
all.
We're gonna.
And for
we're gonna
those
have
of you
we're
who
gonna get a couch.
only listen via audio and you don't like watch the YouTube video, we're not on a couch.
Yeah,
we're
apparently
actually at a
people
table.
find that weird, but-
So, anyways, that's where all
We
that
will
came
have a
from.
couch present. I won't tell you the size of the couch,
The state
the
of the
scale
couch.
of the couch, the state. Yes, but we will get a couch just to.
So that's one
Continue
thing
on
in
the couch.
2020 that we're working on is getting a couch.
Yes.
Other than
So
that,
again, your feedback matters. That just goes to prove your feedback matters.
True.
so other than that, we're looking for a couch.
Yeah.
What are you all most excited to and looking for in 2020 when it comes to Grace students, your campus, your students that you're trying to love and shepherd? What are you guys looking forward to?
I'm really stoked about winter retreat, our parent equip night, and camp. So I'll talk
Jeez.
specifically.
We get to
about-
do all of that in this year. Let's go.
I know it's and no, this semester.
Oh my
That's the
gosh.
crazy part.
It's gonna be a
So
great one.
I'm gonna mainly just talk about winter retreat and camp, and maybe towards the end we can talk about the parent equip night for the middle school group at Florence. We've never done a winter retreat before, and
It's gonna be super cool.
I'm super excited, but I just kind of want to tell you parents kind of the genesis of like why we started even. I was talking to my leaders and they were like, man, we need to have a winter retreat. I was like, I mean, I'm totally down with that, but I can't run one by myself. Like, I'm super glad you guys want to. And so we were talking more and more, and my brother, Caleb, who's one of the volunteer leaders for the 6th grade boys, he was like, man, even more than camp sometimes, I love winter retreat because, like, I can go super hard for a weekend. I can, like, it's just a quick, like, before the semester really kind of kicks off, I can build relationships with my students.
It's a shorter sprint than camp is, so it's like you can run faster.
Yeah, it's
shorter
a
amount of-
weekend, and like, but there's just just this idea of like getting away just for a weekend, getting to talk, getting to play games, getting to like be with your group a lot. There's just a lot of potential for gospel conversations to come up. And I mean, I know all my leaders, but I know a lot of your leaders too. And it's like they're just super intentional people, and they're going to take advantage of these conversations and try to bring things up. And so I think that's just like one of the biggest things is relationship building, but getting them in proximity with intentional people. That I'm really stoked about.
I think those are the big ones. Winter Retreat was from 2019 was the most successful student ministry event that I've run. It was awesome, and so I'm looking forward to it in a couple weekends. Summer camp is always a highlight of the year for students, relationally with leaders, and spiritually. Just kids are off school. There's a mentality around camp, and so that. But then also, there's some teaching series that we've got going on this semester I'm really excited about. But I think the biggest thing, honestly, Stephen and Josh, is I don't know if parents know this, but the phrase that we've had working together and collaborating across campuses is we are better together. And so we are starting our second calendar year of collaboration. And we are better together. So I'm excited to see the progression in student ministries across campuses at Grace Fellowship Church and how we're going to be better together. So there's some exciting things that we're doing that I'm not going to name that I think will be cool.
Yeah. And a lot of that is just like we get to bounce ideas off of each other and play off of each other's strengths. Like there's some things that I'm just really not as gifted in that either Aaron or Steven just really are. And so like I get to benefit from like the way the
really
Lord
are
has
better
wired
together.
them.
Like
So
So,
and
Stevens campus is opening officially this month.
It's very
this
exciting.
Sunday, and it's like I'm super
cool.
excited for students that have been talking about it, for leaders that have been talking about it, for you. We've been praying and talking, and it's like. So I think having 3 solidified campuses and communities where kids are at, where relationships are going to happen, I'm excited to see the winter retreats, and I'm just excited to see for our church and the different communities that we're pushing are going to be growing.
Yeah, it's very exciting to reflect on the past year. Getting hired a year ago. Now the campus is finally opening. This Sunday night or this Sunday morning. I think in terms of youth group, but this Sunday morning. So I'm super stoked. One, for Sunday mornings to launch and to be able to bring my students with me to church and to sit in church together at our campus in Independence, and then be able to bring their friends and it all just be right in the area. So I'm really excited about that. I'm super pumped for Winter Retreat. If you're a Florence or Independence high school student, it's not too late to sign up for Winter Retreat. It's getting almost too late, but it's not too late. So get your kids signed up if they want to come.
3 weekends.
That's going to be just a great time. And for camp, for the same reasons, what I get really excited about, one, is getting really close with my students that I've been around for a while, helping them to see how they can live on mission, helping them, if they don't have a relationship with Jesus, to have conversations about the gospel and about who Jesus is. But then for students that aren't even plugged in, to student ministry, it gives them a place to come and hang out and get connected. And often you see a bunch of influx of students after something like that. So that's something I'm excited for. This doesn't really have to do much with like student ministry, but track. I coach track, and track starts this week. So it's been like half a year since track has started at SK. And that's some of like my favorite, things is to just be at the school and be with kids and get to know new people and have new people to pray for. And hopefully I'll be able to connect with some of those kids too. So I'm really excited for track to start.
The last thing I'm really excited about that isn't necessarily around like students, but is that parent equip night. I think it's March 6th. So get that on your calendar. Across campuses, we're going to be talking just about like, man, what do you do with LGBTQ stuff, gender? How do you talk about it in your own family? How do you have how do you coach your kids in talking about it with their friends maybe? All these different things, we're getting it all solidified, but I think it can just be super easy. I think one of you two said it, but it's like you can feel alone as a parent and just kind of tunnel visioned into like, man, I'm dealing with this thing, and you can just feel alone in it. You can feel ill-equipped. You can feel just like paralyzed by like, I don't know how to talk about certain things with my kids. And we just want to, again, provide another avenue to equip you as parents to know, like, man, what does the Bible say about this? And how does God want us to go about loving people and glorifying him in the way that he designed us to live.
Yep.
So I'm really, really excited about that. This is just going to be those are just a few of the things, some of the bigger things that are going on this semester. But even just like, I'm excited about just the week to week, like getting back into it. I've missed seeing some of the students. And so I'm just really excited about that.
It's gonna be a cool semester. I'm excited to see what God's gonna do, and kids' hearts and minds.
Yeah.
My heart and mind, as I grow, change.
Yeah.
We're going to end the decade on a good note.
So,
Sweet.
Stephen, would you mind praying for the parents this week?
Dear God, thank you for fresh starts, new beginnings, new days, new years. Lord, we can just reflect and evaluate, but then move forward, knowing that you will sustain us, then you will be with us always, even to the end of the age. So God, would you be with parents as this new year starts? Would you help them to parent? Would you help them to love? Would you help them to minister? Would you help them to care and shepherd their students and their kids to grow up and one day, Lord, if you will, find you and have a relationship with you. Lord, give parents courage and boldness to continue the good fight, to not give up, to not slow down, but to press on, knowing that you've called them to great and mighty things, and keep their eyes pointed on you through it all. God, I pray for this year. I pray that you'll do far more than we could ever ask or imagine as the new year starts, and we have winter retreat and parent equip nights and summer camp and new series starting and new students coming and a new campus. Lord, be with us and help us. We need you. Thank you for Jesus, who guaranteed our salvation through the cross. You are good. It's in Jesus' name that I pray.